Well, I was out turkey hunting this weekend, and while walking around, I stumbled into a couple morels and big yellows. Actually, no grays, big yellows on some dead elm trees. Sent my dad home with a good bunch too, but kept a few of them to eat here, and figured I'd make a little video showing how I like to prepare them and obviously clean them. So really, it's pretty simple to start. You slice them in half. I do anyway. Slice them in half, soak them in water. Sometimes you'll get like bugs and dirt on the inside hollow part. As I say that, that's why. That's why you slice them in half. Soak them in water to clean them, then dry them. So that's all I'm gonna do with this. There's another? No, leaf. Do that. Soak them in water for a little bit. Then dry them and put them in the fridge. These, by the way, are golden oyster mushrooms. I found those on a dead log too. But Rachel's going to be really excited to cook these up. We might try a few different strategies. Look at that guy. I don't think I'd be like some people and pay upwards near 60 bucks a pound for these bad boys. However, they are dang good, and it sure is special to find them in the woods. I put some miles on today. I am exhausted. Absolutely beat. Hiking bluffs. Did get a turkey this weekend though, so that was cool. When I was at the cabin, I actually had fresh morels with turkey. Here's another example of why you want to slice them, to be able to clean them out a little bit. Now as they get older, see, this one's a little bit older, it's more brittle. They definitely were starting to go. Here's an example of a really fresh one though. A lot more dense, better condition with that. And as you can see, the fresher the ones, you're less likely to have bugs and stuff in them. These ones you probably could cook whole without needing to slice them open. Obviously, if you have certain parts that are just kind of looking nasty, cut those off, get rid of them. Some of these are falling apart as is. Not ideal. What'll probably work better actually is doing them in the sink, because then the dirt and stuff will fall down to the bottom. They'll float in here. Then I can just pick those up and transfer them to the bucket. I'll rinse the golden oysters too. Probably don't need to, but can't hurt. It also probably didn't help that I was carrying these mushrooms around turkey hunting most of the weekend. I had them in a cooler on the drive home, but obviously when you're walking around with them, the more they're bouncing around in a bag and whatnot, they can get more damaged, but not bad. I think this was like close to 2 pounds, so it's always a special springtime tradition to find and cook up some morels. I'm just gonna lay a paper towel in the bottom of this and set them in there. Put them in the fridge. Next up, we'll be cooking them up. I think we're gonna try a little some of these big yellows, like a imitation crab, cream cheese stuffed morel, to just make them go a little bit longer. But then obviously, like the little scraps and stuff, just keep it simple. Saute them in a little butter. Obviously the best way to cook morels is, in my opinion, keep it simple, because you actually want to be able to enjoy the morel. Don't go too heavy on the seasoning and everything. Like sometimes I don't even put salt. Just the butter itself contains enough salt. Look at that, little pill bug is still chilling in there. Get out, buddy. You can really feel the difference on the fresher ones. They're just more dense. These golden oysters are very underrated. Rachel and I once cooked those up side by side and almost liked them better than morels. For you novices out there, make sure you do your research before you start eating anything. My dad has a saying. He says there's old mushroom pickers and there's bold mushroom pickers. But there ain't no such thing as an old and bold mushroom picker. Think about it. You'll understand the saying. Drain this and that's it. Put these in the fridge till dinner time. Now, I saw something on a Facebook post that said, whatever you soak your mushrooms in, put that water outside next to a tree and it'll grow new mushrooms the next year. I personally do not think that's legit. I don't know. I don't think there's science to back that up. Morel mushrooms are a mystery. I don't even fully understand. Like, I don't think they grow with spores like the tradition, like other mushrooms. If there was a way to cultivate morels, someone would be a millionaire. But I guess it can't hurt if you wanted to take these scraps and throw them out under a tree and hope for the best. I think you'd be doing a lot of hoping though. Is that how you feel about me finding morels?
Thank you.
All right, so we are going to make a recipe of stuffed morels with some imitation crab. Obviously, morels are great, great as are, just kind of plain. Keeping it simple, and I had a bunch like that fried up with a turkey I shot this weekend. But these big yellow morels are just perfect to try this stuffed recipe again. Rachel did it once. When was that, like 2 years ago?
Maybe even longer, actually.
And it turned out awesome, so we're gonna give it a go again and make a little video to share that with you. So step one is to mix all of the ingredients together in this mixing bowl, and that's what we're gonna stuff in the morels before baking it. Preset the oven to 375 first, and we're gonna just put them in a glass baking tray. But the ingredients that go in the mixing bowl are as follows. 1 egg, 5 tablespoons of mayo.
We're using,
Yeah, some fine chopped green onion. Instead of onion, I'm using leeks wild ramps that I also harvested while out foraging for mushrooms. Worcestershire sauce, salt and pepper, little hot sauce, some crab meat, breadcrumbs, and Parmesan cheese. Rachel, we don't have Parmesan cheese, do we?
just the, like,
we do
stuff.
actually have some.
Yeah,
But
preferably freshly
Where's
cooked.
those, we'll use the Parmesan style breadcrumbs. Because that's a double whammy. I mean, this works too.
Horse dried?
Horse dried.
Wait, don't do those. Do these.
Well, we'll do one of each.
These are probably more coarse.
They are, totally.
Little half and half action.
Apparently. I'm not really a full recipe follower.
No, you are not.
See, like 3 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. I just do some.
Okay, well, that's an easy thing to just,
I mean,
you know, that's an unnecessary thing to measure.
Alright. Send it in there. Or 2 teaspoons.
I think that's probably good.
Some hot sauce.
Salt and pepper.
Slap some stuff in there. Babe, do you have any pro tips about stuffing a morel?
I would say a 2-spoon rule here. Really get the scoop with one, and then you can shovel it off with the other.
Shovel, wow.
It's the technical term.
Now this last step is not called for in the recipe.
But Jackson really likes to just go for it.
You can't, anytime you're cooking morels, a little extra butter I mean, there's not any butter in this. There's mayo.
Real mayo.
But a little butter on this, I think, is gonna just be good because when it melts down to the bottom of the morel part, that's what's gonna absorb. It does say to do butter or oil like on the pan, and I didn't really do much of that, so this will serve that purpose.
Sure.
All right, 20 minutes in the oven. Oh boy. Probably didn't need to put as much butter as I did in there, but I'm gonna end it with a little broil. Oh, it smells incredible, babe. There we go. Yum, yum. This is so incredibly good. I mean, once again, you can't really mess up Morels, but adding the, making them a little more unique makes them go more. You can have an entire meal of this instead of just eating the Morel mushrooms.
Very tasty.
Give it a try.